Buddy, how y'all doing? Hey, let me get Instagram over here connected and we're gonna get started.
Hello, somebody.
Y'all ready for this show? We are rushing. Listen, rushing. But let's go ahead and play this intro and we'll be right back. All right. For those of you who are joining us today, ready for the show? Are you ready, sweetheart?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure you're ready for the topic that we're going to have today?
Why not?
For those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Regina. This is my handsome husband, Clovis, and we're going to have our Happy Marriage series today. Listen, we have got a great program. For those of you who are just joining our program, we'd like to tell you a little bit about us briefly. We're a married couple, been married for almost 20 years now. We enjoy our marriage. We have a happy marriage, and we like to share that information with others. We also go deep into our marriage to share information like how we maintain a happy marriage, what makes us happy, what makes us sad, what keeps our marriage together. So, today's topic is an interesting topic. And today is also a special day because it's my husband's
Yes,
birthday.
ladies and gentlemen, it's my birthday. All right, now let's get it together. Give, give homie a shout out and a handout.
Whoa! He's looking for that handout. He's like, okay, where's my money? Where's my money?
Show me the money.
Where's his money? Where's his money? His birthday gift. But listen, we are taking care of my husband. We've got the family here with us. We're doing a little vacay. And we are taking good care of him. And he is making sure that he is taken care of because he's reminding us that today is his birthday. I mean, every moment he's reminding us, hey, today is my birthday.
Today's my birthday.
All right. So, for those of you who are watching today, you're going to see that today's topic is a very interesting topic. Okay. The topic is the topic is here. Someone discusses with me. So, I decided we would have this topic because they asked me this question.
Mm-hmm.
Today's topic is, should married couples have secret bank accounts? Dun, dun, dun.
Secret bank account.
Should married couples have secret bank accounts? And because it's my husband's birthday, we're not going to have an hour show today. We're going to have only a 30-minute show, so we'll be logging off in 30 minutes. So unfortunately, we have to do that because still got to spend time with hubby. That's more the reason why we're sharing this information. You know, you still got to maintain your relationship, make them happy. So let's jump into this. So, babe, relax. Let's get into this. What's your thoughts on should married couples have separate bank accounts? What's your thoughts?
You mean after they're married or before they're married?
Well, we're talking married couples, so they're going to be married.
Married.
Yeah. Well, if you want to bring it, if you want to start with like, okay, if you were dating and then you have your own bank account, if you want to start there and then bring it into the marriage, okay, let's hear that.
Separate account, and
yeah,
when
I
you get married, I think you should put the accounts together and becomes one. Yeah. Just as you become one, I think the account should become one. We should have a joint bank account, not separate.
So what happens to that separate bank account that they have? Are you saying that we should add the spouse onto that one?
Sure, why not?
Well, you haven't added me on yours.
I don't keep much in there. The only thing I keep in that other account that I have is to take out my life insurance. That's it.
So here, but see, you're saying
but you have access to it.
I do have access to that. Hey, Tammy. Tammy says congratulations on another trip around the sun, Clovis.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Sunshine.
He's gonna
on
sing.
the cloud.
That's more like it. That's actually what's probably going on. But thank you, Tammy. Kiss Grandma for it. Tell her we love her, and we are so happy y'all are joining us today.
Tammy, I'm supporting the Kansas City Chiefs. You see it?
Yes.
Chiefs all the way, baby.
Look at that. That's actually my uncle. My uncle John is in Kansas.
Uh,
Yes, and that's his team, I believe. I believe that's his team.
that's right.
But let's get back into this.
Hmm.
So you're saying that if you were dating and you both had separate bank accounts, now when you become married, are you saying that the husband should put the wife on his account and the wife should put on his account? Is that what you're saying?
Sure. If they want to go to a different bank and open an account together and pull all the money in one account.
Well, what about this though? What
Hmm.
happens with this? What happens if a spouse says,
Hmm.
listen, I'm not ready to put you on my bank account. I'm not ready to do that. Uh,
So I guess you'll have a discussion and see if you could come to a resolution and say, okay, you want to keep it.
should we have that discussion before the marriage or after the marriage?
Should It should be taking place before the marriage.
It should be.
Yeah.
But what happens, let's say, for instance, if someone gets married, because here's what happened. A young lady came to me and she's dating someone, and she says, listen, I'm very interested in this person that I'm dating. But we mentioned, getting married, and we mentioned about joining our bank accounts. And she says, I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'm kind of leery about that. I really would like to have my own separate bank account. I don't mind having a joint account, but I want to have a separate secret bank account. And my first thoughts was, if it's a secret bank account, then first of all, you're entering the marriage in distrust.
Hmm.
You're hiding things. You're having secrets about the marriage from the jump. I think that if you want to have a not secret bank account, but a separate bank account, that you should discuss that with your partner and let them know, listen, I have this account. I'm okay with opening up a joint account with you, but I want to maintain this separate bank account for whatever reasons you want to maintain your separate bank account.
Hmm.
Now, what the person who was talking to me, and the reason why this topic came up, she says, well, what if our marriage doesn't work? And and she's on, or he's on all my account, she's on all my account. What if it doesn't work? What's going to happen? That gives that person access to all my money, and they could just go and wipe me out.
Right.
So I said, well, I understand that can happen.
Hmm.
So that's a really tough situation for a lot of married couples. But then I keep hearing the big word trust.
Hmm.
And you have to get to a place where you are going to trust one another, because let's say, for instance, if the one couple or one spouse, let's say it's a wife, gets married to the husband, and then the wife decides, listen, I'm gonna keep this secret bank account, I'm not gonna tell the husband about it. And let's say the husband comes home one day from work and gets the mail first, and finds his mail and notices it's a bank statement, opens it up, and realizes that the wife has this secret stash. My gosh, don't you think that's going to be more of an argument?
Sure would be.
Woo!
But I think if you're gonna have a secret, well, it's gonna be secret anyway. But I'm gonna say you should discuss it and tell him that I have an account that just for me, just in case. I don't know.
I think they
But
should tell. I think they should tell the person. Now, each person is different. So you might have one person that says, "Okay, I'm fine with it. Have your account. I'm gonna have my account." You might have another person might say, "No, I want everything to be joint." Another person may, be like, I don't understand. So there are different variations. But what you should do is, when it comes to having separate bank accounts, not secret bank accounts, is to be honest with one another that there are other bank accounts that exist. Because once somebody finds something that you haven't discussed with them, now you're having a problem with the marriage, where it becomes you were hiding this.
Mhm.
And that can infiltrate the marriage itself, because then they may even say, well, you were hiding this, what else are you hiding?
Right.
What else do I not know about?
Hmm.
So that could be a real concern. Hey, Tyrone, hey, say hello to Jennifer. It's the big boy's birthday today, Tyrone.
Yeah.
So I think that the couple should discuss it. Now, if someone does not feel comfortable, or one of the spouses may not feel comfortable putting the spouse on their bank account, there should be some sort of mutual agreement as to why that discomfort exists,
Mm-hmm.
and have the open conversation as to why that exists, and understand that this person that you're married to is not your ex. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, my ex did me wrong, my ex took my money, I don't trust him, and so forth, or whatever. And you're going to have to deal with that. Go back, watch some of the previous videos where we spoke about stuff like this, about thinking that your ex is actually, the person you're with, and so forth. But the bank accounts, I think, bank accounts and money should be discussed way before you talk about getting married.
Yes, sir.
Bank accounts and money needs to be a number one topic. And you'll see how your mate deals with money while you're going on dates.
Right.
You'll know how they deal with
Mm-hmm.
money. So you'll see that existing. Okay. And you'll be able to get a grasp of, okay, what type of person this person is when it comes to money and so
Right.
forth. But those conversations need to be had beforehand. But again, my thoughts on having secret bank accounts, I think only in dire situations you might want to have a secret bank account. And I'm not one who promotes divorce or anything like that, but I have seen where there are some people who've gotten married, and the marriage ended, is having troubles, and there's some dishonest, distrust things taking place, and unfortunately, the spouses are going to eventually have to separate, especially when abuse comes into place and stuff like that. So those times when you see something like that, you might have to get another bank account to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So especially if you're a woman with children and you're leaving it. And again, I'm not condoning any of all this stuff, but I'm just simply saying I have seen some people who have ended up leaving with nothing. And I know God
Right.
will replenish, but I've seen some people
Mm-hmm.
absolutely leave with nothing. And we've heard some of the headlines in the
Right.
news and stuff like that.
Yeah, getting a divorce, and the
Oh.
husband, the wife, or something, go in and take the money out before the other person gets there.
I mean, one person
Wipe them out.
wipe them clean out. But what you need to do is this. While you're dating, let's talk to the dating people first, and then we're going to talk to the married couples. While you're dating,
Mhm.
have the money conversation.
Discussion, yes, sir.
Have it and be open and honest about it. Don't try and sugarcoat because you're looking at him and you say, oh, he's so cute, I don't want to upset him. Have that conversation. Because if you don't have it while you're dating, you're going to end up having it while you're married, and it might not
be too late.
It may be too late. So have that open conversation, okay? Now, let's talk about those who are married already. If you're married already, now understand we talk about marriage lifestyle based on our marriage. And maybe some instances where we've had some people that we've had some communications with. But the majority of the show is based on what we do and what works for us in our marriage and what maintains our happy marriage. My husband and I, we had the discussion when we were dating about money.
Mm-hmm.
Money was a big topic. My background is finance. So that was one of the first things that we discussed. And we also laid out a plan when it came to money. How much money we're going to be putting in the bank account.
Right.
How much money is going to go towards bills. How much money is going to go towards spending. We laid it all out as though we were married, but we weren't. And when we got married, here's one thing that I think worked for us that I'm becoming to find out, babe, a lot of people are still not doing this. But one thing that works for my husband and I is when we get paychecks,
Mm-hmm.
they all go into one account. And the bills come out of that one account.
Right.
We do not say, babe, you owe half of this and you owe half of that, and you got to pay a third of this and that.
Right. You pay the rent and I pay the other bills.
I can't understand why couples do that.
I don't know.
Everything is supposed to be joint.
Mm-hmm.
You always know in a marriage, one person is going to make more money than the next person. But that could be temporary because a person that was making least could end up eventually, during the process of the marriage, end up being the one that makes the most.
Right.
And then one person could get laid off from work and have to depend on only one salary. So how in the world are you going to be splitting stuff? and say, well, you're laid off. That's not my problem. You still got to pay half this rent.
Yeah, you got to pay the rent. You got to find a way to pay the rent, even though you're not working.
You know, and people.
I pay my half. You pay, yeah.
Yeah, people. Let me tell you, we're not just saying this happenstance. This actually happens. We have talked to couples where this has actually taken place. One of the spouses lost their job, and the other spouse said, well, that's not my problem. That's their problem. And I'm like, but this is your spouse.
Right.
You still have bills to pay. You still have money to bring. Let me tell you, I've even seen some couples that have said, would you like something to eat or drink at the house? And when I said, sure. And they said, I have some ice cream here. Would you like some ice cream? And I said, sure, take some ice cream. Oh, well, let me make sure I get mine because I don't want to get my husband's because he's going to be upset if I get my husband. I'm like, ice cream? I mean, they separate it to that extent. And that can be really drastic. People, when it comes to being married, you're supposed to be bonded. You're supposed to be unity. It's not supposed to be one. And also, in the bank account, and your regular spirit, I think what happens is when people get married, they join the bodies, but they don't join anything else.
Separate the money.
The money separated, the car separated. People still in marriage are saying, this is my car because I bought it here. This is my house. This is mine. And this, and there's no unity.
Right.
When you get married, everything is unity. Everything is united together. And when you unite everything together, you take care of it together. And when you do that, it helps to build the bond of the marriage even stronger because you have not only joined yourselves as a couple, as humans, but you're also uniting all your possessions together. I mean, does the law have to come into place and let y'all know that if the spouse dies and don't have a will, guess who getting everything anyway? Who getting everything?
The person that's alive.
The spouse. If you got a husband and a wife, and the husband claiming this my house and this my car and this my money and saying the wife don't have nothing, guess what happens if that husband passes away? The wife owns everything. I don't care how many children that husband has, and we're gonna have this legal talk also. We're getting some lawyers together to have this legal conversation for you all to get some better understanding of this. But the kids may come in and say, this is my daddy's house. This wasn't your house. Guess what? She's the wife. And if there's no will in place, she's heir to everything. She is heir to everything. Or if the wife passes away, the husband is now heir to everything. So you might as well join everything now. Okay? Secrets. I don't think there should be any secrets when it comes to a marriage. I don't think there should be any secrets. I don't think there should be any secret bank accounts. If you want to have a separate bank account, you can have a separate bank account. However,
the other person should know about the account.
The other person should know about that account. And some of y'all would, married couples, y'all try and be slick. You would tell them, okay, here's the information on this bank account. And yes, I'm going to put you on this bank account. And then you take your slick stuff out there and open up another account and act like she or he is not going to find out about it. Stop trying to be slick in the marriage. Be trustworthy. Okay. Now, at the top of the video, we said my husband has an account and he has not put my name on that account. I do have access to that account. Okay. But it is only in his name. Now, like I said, I have access. I can go in there. I can see what's in there. I can transfer money out, transfer money in, and so forth. But it still is only in his name. And again, we don't keep our large majority of the money in that account. That's an account that he had when he was in high school. He wanted to maintain it. I said, listen, I'm fine with it as long as I know the bulk of the money is going into our joint account. Because guess what? Not just because I want to have access to the bulk of the money. No, because I know the bulk of the money is what's going to be used to pay the expenses in the home.
Right.
And trips and food and all that kind of stuff. So I'm okay if people want to have a separate account, but I'm not okay with people having a secret account. That is a problem from the onset. Tyrone is saying true. That is a problem from the onset when you go into a marriage and you begin having secrets. Everything is supposed to be open. How can you lay in bed to the one you say you love and you got secrets going on? My.
Hallelujah.
All right, now y'all, well, listen. That's my thoughts on that. Again, the show's going to be real quick. We've got a few more minutes. I want to jump into these cards here that we do. These cards are from the Let's Talk edition. For those of you who are looking at it, here you go. Let's Talk edition. These cards are really good. This is a couples edition. This is from Ace Metaphor. Ace Metaphor. They're really great with these cards. And these cards help couples to have great conversations. If you would like us to talk about something or have a discussion about a topic you would like to discuss, put it in the chat or inbox me so that we can share that information with others. And also tell us what works in your marriage. Again, what works in ours may not work in yours. And what works in yours may not work in ours. But the main goal of every marriage is to maintain a happy marriage. So find out what works for you. If you and your spouse are okay with you having separate bank accounts, then it's all good. As long as you all are aware of the accounts and that they exist and everybody's happy with it, got no problem with it. Right?
Amen.
Real quick, because hubby's ready to go and finish getting his birthday celebration on. Let's go ahead and get these cards going.
Come on.
We're going to have these conversations with these cards. He's going to ask me a question. I'm going to ask him a question. And we're going to answer them honestly so that you will be understanding that we're truthful.
All right, here's the question.
All right, here goes.
First
this is for
question.
Me. First question.
When was the exact moment you fell in love with me?
I think the real exact moment that I fell in love with you is when I saw how you treated your mom. I was at your house one day and I saw how you took care of your mom, even just give your mom a pedicure on her feet, and just, the utmost respect for your mom. And I remember there was one day you were just there and you and your mom, y'all weren't huggy and so forth or whatever, but you would always, you kind of go, rub her back a little bit and she'd go, hey, Chippy! But it was, it was really in a loving way that she did that. So I think is what really, was like, okay, he's a keeper. So Tyrone says, celebrating how many years young? Papi, that's for your birthday. How many years young are you?
58.
58. Okay.
58, baby.
Tyrone says, secret lovers. Oh gosh. Tyrone, he was actually singing that when we were coming to the room. No, Tyrone, the secret lovers. All right, so it's time for me to ask a question. So, all right, I'm going to pull it right off the top. All right, so the question is, what would you say to me if you only had 30 seconds left to talk?
I appreciate all you've done for me.
Aww.
I appreciate you.
I love that.
Always taking care of me, make sure I have the best of the best.
I love it. I do. I do. And it's so easy to give to you because you're such a caring person and you're a giver also, because some people are just takers. All they do is take. And you never see them give back. They don't reciprocate. But it's so easy to give to someone who's a giver. Don't you guys realize that too with people? You're like, it's so easy to give to them because they're givers. Yep. I appreciate that, sweetie. Okay. All right. Your go.
Here we go.
All right. We've got a few more minutes here.
Do you think your relationship would benefit from couples therapy? Why or why not?
I think any relationship would benefit from couples therapy. Even long relationships, even marriages like ours we've been married for 20 years. I think just talking to somebody else will not hurt the marriage. So I do think that it would help with any marriage.
That's right. Right?
I think so. All right, so we have Amos. Hi, Amos. Amos. He's over in Africa. He says, really a nice guide is how money and bank accounts conversations while the relationship is just starting. I sure love this idea, ma'am. Secrecy in marriage isn't a good one. And happy birthday to you, sir. And many more happy returns. Thank you, Amos.
So much.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
Amos is
you.
absolutely right. No secrets. You don't want to start off anything with any secrets. Thanks for that chat, Amos. Keep them coming. Okay, so here's your question. If today were the last day we see each other, how would we spend it and why?
We take a trip together.
I think we would. We
Yeah.
love trips.
We love to take trips.
We love to take
Yeah,
trips.
we love being together.
Yeah.
Taking trips.
Let me tell you, we could take a nice trip and oh, I'm sorry, it's your turn. We could, yeah, we would do that. We would do that. I tell you what, we would not be doing if it was our last day. I would not be working. That's something I would not. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, we'll be together
Yes.
all these years.
That's right. That's right.
Do you feel like you have ever hurt me in this relationship? Explain.
I do. I do feel like I have hurt you in this relationship, and I'll explain why. Sometimes, as women, we could be overbearing at times, especially when it comes to our attitudes and our boisterous and our loudness. Myself, I have done this in the past, and I see how it made my husband embarrassed at times, especially when I'm dealing with outrageous clients. So what I have learned is to tone it down and to use proper language with certain clients because I don't want my husband to feel like he gets hurt. And I have done that before. My husband, sometimes I will chew out a client so bad sometimes. They're not even a client. It's just somebody that, came at me and I'm feeling like, I feel like I have to protect myself and take a strong stance against them, when in reality, even a silence and just a look can shut somebody down more than a loud tone. So I have learned to no longer do that. Well, maybe every now and then it'll come out because I am still a Lewis. But I've learned to tone it back because I don't want my husband feeling like, oh my gosh, I never want people to say to my husband this, I can't believe he's married to her.
Right.
Because believe me, we have said that about other people. Have we not? We have said that. We're like, oh my gosh, I don't know about that. Right? So Tyrone says in the chat, that's right. Working on your last day on earth is whack. Absolutely.
Sure enough.
Whack and won't happen on this side. All right, we're going to do two more and then we're going to be singing happy birthday to hubby. Okay, here's one for my husband. If you could write a letter to send to us on the day we became official, what would it say and why?
I would say this is the best day of my life and I'm very proud to have you as my wife. And why?
And why?
Because you're awesome in all your ways.
Now, some of you may be like, okay, Clovis, you're just getting on camera and you're saying that.
No.
But no, it's not. He actually does that. Yeah. He actually will come to me and sometimes he'll just be like, Mommy, you're awesome. And I'll be like, really? And then I'll do this. Why? Tell me why. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, he'll like try to explain or whatever. Yeah. And then I'll push him. I'll say, tell me more, because I want to hear more.
You're awesome.
But I think it's good to have the conversation with your spouses and with them and let them know, you appreciate them. And not only say, I appreciate you, but we as women would like to know more in details. For men to say, I appreciate you is really a big deal anyway. But when your men can come and tell the wife, I appreciate you, and here's why I appreciate you, and just run down the list of why they appreciate you, it lets us women know that y'all paying attention.
Right.
And I love that, right? I tell my husband, I give my husband accolades all day, every day. My husband could pass by a sign and see a sign on the street and says, oh, that's, this, whatever, and this is coming soon. And I look at him and I go, oh my God, you're so smart. You're brilliant. And he's like, why? I'm like, because I would have never even noticed that, but you notice it, or, even little stuff in the house. Right. He could hang a picture on the wall and it could be perfect. And I'd be, oh my God, you did that with only one nail, one hole. Whereas me, I need 20 holes because I want it to be perfect. My husband with one hole. And so I give him accolades even for the little stuff. I appreciate him so much, right?
Thank you.
I know. We're going to do one more and then we are done because it's 6:30 and I've got to get hubby to his dinner.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Is it my turn? Yeah. I'm asking you?
No.
You're asking me. Okay.
If you could take me to the world right now, where would and why?
If I could take you anywhere in the world, it would be wherever you want to go. It would be wherever you want to go is where I'm going to take you.
Hallelujah.
And where would that be?
Anywhere you are.
That's smooth talking right there. That's smooth talking. Hey. That's it.
Do the shake.
That's what keeps that marriage happy. All right, on the count of 3, we're going to sing happy birthday, and then we're going to log off. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Clovis. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Sugar puss.
Come on now. Hey, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We also want to say thank you to our sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all that they do. Thank you, the Truth and Triumph Ministries, for sponsoring this show. Hey, we're going to go ahead and log off now, and we're going to make sure that hubby continues to get his birthday going on. It's actually your birthday weekend.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate for the next few days. And look at Tyrone says, Clovis, you smooth talker. All right, you know the right thing to say, boy. You've been practicing in the mirror. He said, that's how you keep her. That's right, Tyrone. That's absolutely right. And for those of you who would like to know, we also have a podcast. Our podcast is called the Juicy Chatterbox Podcast, and it's on most major streaming platforms. I don't know why it's not coming up right now. Here it is. Juicy Chatterbox Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and several other podcasts. And I'm sure you will enjoy it once you hear that information. I want to thank you again for joining us today. It's been so great being with y'all today. Join us every Friday at 6:30. And remember, we also have our show, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Y'all stay blessed and have a fantastic day. We're going to go ahead and log off. Bye.
Thank you for joining us.